Oh, we're on. Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, Mark the Meerkat here with Grok Trade with the trade of the day. That's right, from the Grok Day Trading Chat Room. Hey, let's take a look at BOX, box. Now, it wasn't called out initially until one of our members saw it after the market had opened. But look at this run. It opened up 10% down, gap down, and then it proceeded to fill the gap. Boy, I wish we'd done our gap fill strategy on that one. And this dashed line right here, that's the closing line from the day prior, and it came right up to that area and was resisting. So they had already called this out. I went back, and these are actually lines from when we were trading. Said, hey, there was a high base there, we might have gotten in. A high base here, might have gotten in. We have to wait now for another setup for it. So let's see what happened next here. Is it started to, after it went up there to the closing line, it started to pull back, and it pulled right back to this pivot line. This is the R1 pivot line. Pivot lines are for intraday trading based on the prior day's price action, but just it could not stay above that closing line, pull back to the pivot line, starting to roll up. This is called a bull pullback. You want to know more about that, just go to our site, freeonlinetradingeducation.com, freeonlinetradingeducation.com. Go to our free chart school right there. It says chart school, and we have different trading patterns that we trade the breakouts and breakdowns from, and here they are listed right here. So this is a bull pullback or a pullback buy right there. So let's touch on that. We go to the page, and this isn't a great example. It goes up and then it pulls back to some kind of line of support right here, and then what happens is if it starts to roll up, it's a very powerful odds are in your favor that it's going to be continuing to go up. So let's go ahead and see what the setup was here. It did run up there, and it's pulling back to this line of support, right? And now starting to roll up. So I set a trade, let the market come in, and I set it just above the closing line. It had to break that closing line again for me to want to get in, to have those odds in my favor. Let's see what happened next. And boom, there it goes. And I'm in at it's $13.86. I am now long on BOX. Now I'm going to take my stop, and what happens is that with my setup now, I have an attached stop, so exactly 1% behind wherever my entry is, my stop is activated. So we're going to use this line as my recreating this after the fact, and it's down here at about 1%. And then it broke out all the way up here. So I'm going to follow this 20 moving average here. I'm going to bring it up and reduce my risk, so it's less than 1% right now. And let's see what happens next. It's rising up here, and now it's high basing here right at the 1420 area, right at 1420 high base. So I went ahead and I took out half here at 1419 for 2.4% on the first half. Now I'm bringing my stop up here. It was this 8 EMA here was not being broken, but now that it's high basing up here, these are going to get close together. But I'm going to stay right by this 20 moving average, and let's see if it's going to bust out or if it's going to break down here. And it's still moving up here, and it's just basing here still. Now what was resistance can now become support, so I'm going to keep following this 8 EMA line here until right about here, and now they're going to get so close together. I'm just going to stay right in this area here, and let's see what happens here. And then look at that, bam, just fell down just enough to stop me out at 1419 for 2.4% on the second half. So let's take a look at this whole trade here. Again, we had missed all of this, so we had to wait for another setup, and it did do it, and it will pull back here. We got in. When it stalled up here, I took out half, give it the opportunity to run on the second half, and then finally it just dripped below that 20 moving average enough to stop me out. So this total trade was for 2.4% in 22 minutes. Hoo-ah! Now, hey, look, would you like to learn to trade the Grok Trade way? We're setting up a mentoring class for September. Now, you can get just introduced to what trading is by going to that free online trading education site. Let's go back to home here, and there's a video about it here from Des. And then there's right down here, there's some different options. You can look at our trading videos like this one here. We have our chart school, which we just looked at a moment ago, and then there's our structured education. The first part could be to go to 101. Just find out what is trading about. This is a free course. If you put your information in here, we'll send it to you every other day. We'll send you another. They're like 15, 20-minute units on what is trading. Then if you'd like to have more, we have some more structured trading. You can go to our Grok trade site and you can find out more about our structured trading. So here we are at groktrade.com, and at groktrade.com, and here we are. You can go into our mentoring program. You can read about that, which is more advanced trading that's available to you. Again, we're setting up a class for September, and if you're at all interested there, go ahead and fill out this information and we'll call you. We'll just give you a call to talk about what your trading is and how our training might help your trading. And again, it's not a sales call. This is just to sort out what you're doing with your trading and whether our education program may be able to benefit you. The big advantage of our mentoring program is we don't just teach you what to do, the educational part of it, but then we give you the wisdom to apply it to your trading, and we're sitting in the co-pilot seat with you as you apply it from that point forward. No additional charge. That is what our program is about. Why? Because we want to have this be your best trading year ever. This is Mark the Meerkat. Hey, just remember that we need to set our trades and let the market come to us. Trade well.